Elephant Man Podcast Network, grown man conversations dealing with elephants in the room. It's your man, Moray DB. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can know when new material is coming out. IG Elephant Man _ podcast / Elephant Man Podcast on the Facebook, and hit the Paleo Hebrew in the top right or the bottom right button for YouTube. Subscribe to YouTube, Poster Boys / Poster Boys for Twitter. All right, blessings to everyone. This is the day that Most High has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. All praise be to the Most High Yah. And we just thank the Most High Yah for everything that he's done, everything that he's doing. I had a great time on yesterday with Sister Shonda at Large on her channel with a grow culture when we're trying to grow fresh fruits and vegetables. Make sure you go by that grow culture online. Check out the preview on the channel, A Grow Culture Feeding the Future. I was, a Sister Shonda Large channel was very, very cool. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Shalom, Charles West. Shalom, blessings to you. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Blessings to all those who are coming in. Blessings to all those who watch on the replay. I got a few things that I'm gonna get on out of here. Culture.online. A Grow Culture.online is the website. Okay, if it come on up. So that's it. AgrowCulture.online is the website. Go on there. Matter of fact, let's project real quick before I get into my lesson. What is that? They got new buttons on here. Okay. Let's see. Present. That's what I'm going to do. Blessings to everybody coming in. Blessings to everybody coming in. This is the site right here. Landing page site. And go there and sign up. Sign up right here where it says sign up for the mailing list. We got free materials, free tips, tricks, free cookbooks, recipes, and then you go down here to the bottom, all the way to the bottom. We got all the different grow cultures that you can be able to sign up for. So make sure you sign up for that. We're trying to blow the page up. All praise be to the Most High Yah. All right. So blessings to the Most High Yah for that. Stop sharing. So I'm gonna get into what I was getting into today. But one thing I was thinking about today, I'm gonna read some Deuteronomy 6, Deuteronomy 8, and then some Isaiah 45. One thing I was thinking about today is very interesting how everybody wants to be Israel. Everybody, right? You got to pay the cost to be the boss, right? But everybody wants to be Israel all of a sudden. Now, we don't worship that, my disclaimer. We don't worship being true Israel over the things of the Most High Yah, right? The finished work of Yahushua HaMashiach and his blood. Some do, but we don't, okay? We don't do that. But I do want to say everybody want to be Israel all of a sudden. Not all of a sudden, for years. Why? If it doesn't matter who we are, if it doesn't matter about the birthright, if none of that stuff matters, why does everybody want to be Israel? If it doesn't matter, obviously it means something. You got to come through the door. You can't come in through the gate, the sideways door, through the roof, or through the window. Shalom, Sister Ruha, my blessings to you. All praise to the Most High Yah. Everybody wants to be Israel. But then I started thinking about it. I started reading some of those stories. And I kind of understand why. It's a place of prominence. It's a place, being of the Most High Yah, him defending the nation of Israel against all the enemies, right? All the Shalom, Sister GLC, blessing to you, Shalom. Defending Israel against all the surrounding. Because remember, some of these armies that encamped and surrounded them were stronger, were more mighty, right, than Israel. But the Most High took care of them. As long as Israel was in right standings with the Most High Yah, he took care of them, right? In the wilderness. I can go on and on and on. Encamped by enemies and was not overtaken. This is the reason why a lot of the enemies come together. Kimberly J, shalom, blessings to you. It's been a minute. Blessings to you, famo. But they are surrounded by enemies. Only time Israel failed was when they worship and serve other gods. That's when they fail. Because if you remember, even in Numbers, I'm not going to Numbers tonight, but even in Numbers, well, they couldn't be cursed, right? They could not be cursed no matter what. But the Most High Yah blessed them. But it's when they was disobedient to the Most High Yah and took strange women and did all these different things and started worshiping other gods. That's when the downfall started. If you read and Deuteronomy, right? I'm sorry, Numbers, right? That's when it happened. Dale J, peace and blessings to you. Shalom, shalom, blessings to you, shalom. So that's when it happened. But everybody want to be Israel, though, man. Very, very interesting. And this is the reason why in that Psalms 83 it says, "Why does the heathen rage? Why does the I bet you're set apart, Keisha? Shalom, shalom, blessings to you. Why does the heathen rage? Why do they imagine a vain thing? Why do they want to come up against the Most High and His anointing in Psalms 2 and Psalms 83? They gotta conspire, they gotta come together. They said we will cut them off from being a nation. We will make somebody else be a nation. We will push replacement theology and replacement nation, right? You make somebody else Israel. Because it's a place of prominence, it's a place of if they're trying to stop prophecy from being fulfilled, so Israel cannot come by Israel not coming to them true selves and seeing who they are in Yahushua, right? In the finished work and sitting in the seat where they need to sit at. So I'm going to read these scriptures real quick. Deuteronomy 6, readers going to chew the fat. I'm going to pray real quick. Abba Yah and Abba Yahushua, we thank you for your grace and your mercy. You said, if I be lifted up, I'll draw men unto me. We worship you, we honor you, we adore you. There's none like you in the heavens and the earth. Abba Yah, hide us behind the cross that they may not see us, but they may see you and glorify you in the Shemayim and Yahusha. HaMashiach's name, we pray. Amen. So I'm going to read that Deuteronomy 6, Deuteronomy 8, Isaiah 45, and we're going to get on up out of here. Right? It says, obey Yah and prosper. Obey Yah and prosper. Now these are the commandments and the statutes and the judgment which the Most High commanded to teach you, that ye may do them in the land whether you go and possess it, that thou mayest fear the Most High, to keep his statutes and his commandments, which I commanded thee, thou and thy sons and thy sons' sons, all the days of thy life, that thy days may be prolonged. So they're saying teach it to your children, your grandchildren, if you're around, blessing enough to see your great-grandchildren, for all the young grannies, your great-grandchildren. That's not a dig. Some people got a chance to see their great-grandchildren. That's a blessing. All right? Pass it down from generation to generation. Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it, that it may be well with thee, that ye may increase mightily, as the Most High of thy fathers have promised thee, in the land flowing with milk and honey. Right? People want to steal the inheritance, right? They want that place of prominence. Now here's the thing: the Most High is not respect the person, right? The stranger can be grafted in, as it says in Romans 9, 10, and 11. The strangers can be grafted in. The strangers don't take over, right? I think what happened and what happened and what is happening is the assimilation, right? The Most High got his laws, statutes, commandments, his ways of doing things and everything, and the stranger comes in and say, "Hey, I want to come in. I want to be a part of what you guys got going on." Okay, cool, come on. And they bring their stuff with them, and so we have this big melting pot, this big mishmash of New Age worship and necromancy and worshiping Baal and Molech and Ashtoreth and all that. And so it's a big mix. So we don't even know up from down, left from right. And so we removing the old landmarks, the things that the Most High set in Psalm 7 said, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? Right? And so we pretty much got off the solid rock, which is Yahusha, and we moving on to a sand castle, But when that tide comes in, the one's gonna wash away and one's gonna stand the test of time. And those who are building their foundation on the chief cornerstone, the solid rock of Yahushua HaMashiach and his finished work, going to survive that tide that comes in. But those who are moved their base to the sand castle, it's not going to stand. I don't care how much billions of dollars you got. You want to build underground bunkers and do all these different things like that, and um, it's not going to help. All right, hear, O Israel, the Most High is one, and thou shalt love the Most High with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy might. So I think this is kind of broad because a lot of times we're not even doing agape, unconditional love. Abba Yahuwah loved us unconditionally. We're doing conditional love. If you do this for me, I'll do that for you. But the moment you stop doing it for me, kick rocks. I'm gonna stop doing it for you. That happens a lot of times in relationships. That happens a lot of times in ministry, right? You guys, man, power for the hour. You a blessed, virtuous woman in ministry, and then as soon as you leave or as soon as something go down, then they throw you under the bus. It's like, well, hold on, what happened, right? As long as you're doing stuff for them, then you just God's anointed man. But you sometimes that's not true love. That's not agape. Right? That's being a respected person. Thou shalt love the Most High with all thy heart, all thy soul, and all thy might. So we got to ask the Most High Yah how to love him, how to worship him. We got to ask these things. We can't assume, right? We all got different backgrounds, different. Some is not church at all. Some is Kojic. Some is apostolic. Some is Baptist. Whatever it is. So we got to ask the Most High Yah, what do you want me to do? Right? He said, nevertheless, not my will, but your will be done. Ask him, how did he want to be loved? These words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart. Thou shalt teach them diligently to thy children. So we got to pass this thing down, right? Thou shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thy house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. That means never, ever, ever, ever. Oh, I'm freezing. Am I freezing? Okay. Probably my raggedy internet. I gotta have my hamsters run faster on that wheel, that Wi-Fi wheel, so run faster, hamsters, so we can get some good internet. All right, Deuteronomy 6 and 8. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and thou shalt be as frontlets between thy eyes. Right? Thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on thy gate. And this is just, you can write the scriptures, right? The things that you're dealing with. When you can't trace Yah, you got to trust Yah. Without faith, it's impossible to please him. And we all going through something, right? And so what we do is we find the scripture that's dealing with the thing that we're going through, and we post it up in our bathroom when we're walking out, right? When we're coming in the car, on the dashboard. It's like our daily affirmation with the word. We speak that word, right? We see ourselves delivered. We see ourselves coming out of the thing that we are in, right? We see ourselves coming out stronger and better once it ends, right? Being better and not bitter. Because sometimes trials can mess us up so bad, we end up being bitter, man. Straight up. And being indifferent. But it comes to make us better and not bitter. Deuteronomy 6 and 10. And it shall be, but the Most High shall have brought thee into the land which he sware unto thy fathers, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, to give thee goodly cities which thou did not build. So the wealth of the heathen is laid up for the just. Like, you ain't even got to build these cities. And houses full of good things which thou fillest not, and wells dig which thou diggest not, vineyards and olive trees which thou plantest not. When thou shalt have eaten and be full, then beware, lest thou forget the Most High, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, Mizraim, or from the house of bondage. Don't forget me. I'm good. I'm going to bless you real good like that, right? Don't forget me, right? Because we can forget the Most High real quick when he get to blessing us and being ungrateful and unthankful, right? Because some of us about to, go into some financial places that's going to elevate us. We're going to have to pinch ourselves. We can't believe it. It is not by might or by power or how good you are, but it's by his spirit and him fulfilling his covenant. Amen. So praise the Most High Yah. Okay. Then thou shalt fear the Most High and serve him and shall swear by his name. Ye shall not go after other gods of the gods of the people which are round about you. This was one of the main problems. Deuteronomy 6 and 14. We are assimilating to the cultures and the gods round about us, right? We are embracing graven images. We are embracing the things of the heathen, right? Who know no better. They don't know about worshiping wood and stone and all these different things. But the Most High Yah, he's like, hold on, let me see. This says it in and out. Oh no, I thought somebody was saying my stuff was going in there. I'm sorry. We're not supposed to assimilate to the culture. We're supposed to be quota shem, which means set apart for the master's use. Now, a lot of times people don't understand the things, the higher heights and the deeper depths that the Most High want to take you into. Before Moshe even did his work, he put him to the side, right? He had an idea. He killed the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. He said, Moshe, that ain't how I want you to do this thing. You know, come and learn of me. I'm gonna show you what to do, how to do it, right? And even the Kepha, when they try to come and get Yahusha, he cut the person's ear off. It's like, Kepha, put it away. This time right now, we ain't using that. We're not working with that. If I don't die, you don't live, right? So we don't need to worship the other gods around us, right? And we're set apart, right? And people don't understand that. You know, they say you trying to be deep, you're doing too much, you trying to be a Pharisees and the Sadducees and the law keeper and all this other goofy stuff. They want because they want to stay in their mess. Deuteronomy 6 and 15. For the Most High, Yah is a jealous God among you, lest the anger of the Most High be kindled against thee and destroy thee from off the face of the earth. So he's jealous, not like our jealousy, but just think about it. You're married, right? And let's say, for instance, you provide for your house. With the wives, you keep the house clean. You go to the job, you make sure that the kids is tight. Husband, you go ahead, you hold it down, whatever. And then your spouse comes home and show you pictures and talk about somebody else, right? The whole time you've been holding it down. They talking about somebody. Man, this person is so great. He did so that. It's like, well, hold on, this person ain't with you. You know, you with me, and you talking about this person. Feel me? How would you feel? You holding it down, and all they could do is come and talk about the other person. The Most High is holding you down, right? Right? He keep you from danger seen and unseen, right? He holding it down for you, right? Everything might not be how you like it, but it's sure better than what it used to be, right? For some, and then we just gonna worship other gods, right? Give our time, talent, treasure, and attention to other things. You're like, yo, I did this for you, Israel. You know what I mean? And you giving all your love, time, talent, treasure, and affection to something else, right? Verse 16, ye shall not tempt the Most High as he tempted him in Massa. Ye shall diligently keep the commandments of the Most High and his testimonies and his statutes which he commanded. So I always say there's a standard. There's a way of doing things in the earth. There's a way of doing things the Most High have set apart, right? We can't be influenced by the kings and the kingdoms around us, right? We all know how to be stubborn. We all know how to be stubborn, right? Oh, DB is frozen on my end. I'm froze? Put a 1 if I'm not froze. I don't know. I say I got full bands. Okay. I don't know. So that's crazy. I'm gonna keep going back and forth because only thing I'm projecting, I only see the blue letter Bible. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Charles, this makes sense right here. In the verse of Deuteronomy where he said we would serve gods of wood and stone really got my attention in this awakening and made me rethink everything I have learned. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, no problem, Ruhama. Because I don't want to, you know what? I'm telling you, one time I was speaking my heart out and the mug was muted. I was like, ah, couldn't believe it, man. So I, I wanted to go across. Was going to be in vain. Don P. Yehuda, shalom, blessings to you. All right, so we got to keep the word before us, right? And I said this today. I said we embrace the celebrity and kill the prophet. The prophet that's after the Most High's heart for real, that's in tune with him, that's listening to him. We embrace the celebrity because we like the celebrity, right? We like them, and they could be wrong as two left shoes, right? But we embrace them because we enjoy them. And then the prophet, it might be terrible for our flesh, but good for our soul. We crucify him, we kill him verbally, and sometimes in real life, full-fledged killer. All right, verse 18, and thou shalt do what is right and good in the sight of the Most High, that it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest go in and possess the good land which the Most High sware unto thy fathers. Now, the enemy sees this and say, oh no. It's territorial spirits in place all over the world, right? He got demons and different power bases set up all over the world. He's like, we can't have this. We can't have this because we squatting. The enemy is squatting in your territory. It's like, man, we can't have this, right? And no one can come into this natural realm without our permission, right? We got to have cooperation from us. Spirits got to have cooperation from us to operate in the terra firma in this area right here, this terrestrial, right? They got to have permission. So when we partner with a demon, I'm just saying those who partner with the works of darkness, that's granting them permission to come into this world. But Yahusha, he's the last Adam. He got dominion, he got a power, he got authority. He's sitting at the right hand of the Father, and so basically that dominion is restored. But we like sleeping giants. We don't know, so we don't operate out of. So the works of darkness continue to operate unscathed, unnoticed, untouched, right? They don't let us having these conversations like this because we got to know who we are. We got to know whose we are. So he said, look, he said, if thou do which is right and good in the sight, it may be well with thee that thou may possess the land. And not might, you will, right? You in right standings with me because of the finished work of Yahushua Mashiach. You have access to a lot of promises that we living beneath. But that's why we got to believe in faith, right? About the finished work, right? He don't have to do anything else because he did it already. That's why he said it is finished. It's up to our faith to get caught up with the finished work. It's up to our faith to get caught up with the finished work that what he already done. And we got to be fluent and know what the promises of the Most High is. So we not in the word. We don't know what the promises of the Most High. We distracted. We annoyed. We offended. We call the Bible the white man's book and all this stuff like this. Then we're not going to use the power that's in the word or his ruach that he left here or the blood that he shed. These are different things that we have at our disposal that we don't use because for whatever reason. So the enemy don't want this to happen. So he wants us to stay scattered and scatterbrained. He don't want us to know who we are. He don't want us to know whose we are. He don't want to give up. The territorial spirits don't want to move. They don't want to stay. They want to stay binding folk and being oppressive spirits and sex trafficking and the whole nine. They want to stay in place of dominance. But it's up to us, and it's time for us, and we will. As it say, the gates of hell shall not prevail against the followers of the way. So we're gonna stand up against the works of darkness. We're gonna pray, right? And we're gonna stand up against the works of darkness, right? And not just be lulled to sleep, but we're gonna stay awoke. Praise Yahusha. All right. So he don't want us to do that. Cast out all of thy enemies from before thee, as the Most High has spoken. And when thy son asks thee in the time to come, what is mean of the testimonies and the statutes and the judgment which the Most High commanded you, then thou shalt say, thy son, we were Pharaoh's bondmen in Egypt. Now this bondman, in Mizraim, this is any bondage that we have without deliverance, right? Sometimes We can get since we born in sin, shaped in iniquity. We all got a different background of pain, of rejection, of hurt, of anger. Some of us got anger. Some of us got pride. Some of us got different variations of lust. Right? These are all bondages. You know, Yahushua said, "I come to set the captives free." He delivered us from all these different bondages. And the Most High brought us out of Egypt with a mighty hand, right? And so people are still bound because they don't know that He set them free. So when me and you, everybody on this live and everybody hearing on the replay, go out and tell about the finished works of Yahushua, and we demonstrate in love, power, right? And the sound mind, then they get delivered, they get set free from whatever their Egypt is, right? And then they get excited, then they deliver somebody, and that's how it keeps going. But he said, yo, I gotta discourage, I gotta stifle, I gotta stop those folk from telling other folk what they got access to, right? I want them to stay in darkness, because if you got some discernment, then you can discern right from, you can discern when it's wickedness, and he don't want that. He don't want that. He don't want, so he wants to keep the people in darkness and in bondage, right? And I think that's what happens a lot of times. They build people up for influence, and then these people have an awakening, or they might have an epiphany, and then it's like, yo, this ain't right. Well, wait a minute, what you mean this ain't right? We built you up. We put you in all of the movies, all of the songs, whatever. You are a person of influence for the kingdom of darkness, and then you flip it and say, nah, I need to follow the Most High. Yeah, they're like, nah, you're too influential, and you're going to influence too many people for the opposite team, which is the kingdom of light, right? So it's like, we got to figure this out. We got to drag your name in the mud or try to do something to you because you're too influential, right? But those who are not as influential, we're going to keep all that to a hush, right? We don't want them to get out and tell people. Then thou shalt tell thy sons, shall say unto thy sons, we were Pharaoh's bondmen in Egypt, and the Most High brought us out of Egypt with a mighty hand. We got to tell the testimony. We can't just tell a squeaky clean version, right? I remember when I was young, in my walk, my kids when here don't know nothing about my stuff. Not that I was ashamed, not that I was hiding from them, not that I was trying to show perfection, but I was just, I don't know, it was like, man, they don't need to know nothing about that, but they do. So later I would tell you, man, your dad used to be on this, your dad used to be on that. You feel me? And they need to hear that. I was on this, but Yahushua delivered me, and now I'm walking in here. I'm not perfect, but I have a different appetite. It's all about appetites, right? He said, "Those that what hunger and thirst after righteousness shall be filled." So if you got a hunger and thirst after His righteousness, you shall be filled with His ruach. You're not going to just leave you hanging. So yeah, Dad was on dirt. He was on this, but because of the grace of Yahushua and His finished work, the enlightenment. But the Most High put me on this, and He's been consistently keeping me over here on this. So we got to tell our children, we got to tell our grandchildren, we got to tell folk what's going on. Okay, the Most High shows signs and wonders and great upon Egypt and Pharaoh and upon all his house before our eyes. The enemy don't want that, and He brought us out from thence that we might bring us in and give us the land which He swore unto the fathers. Right? The enemy don't want to give up the real estate. They squatters. They want to keep it. Right? They want to keep us in the infant state, and that's one thing that I was meant to say last night at a Shonda's on Shonda's show. The so-called Negro, the so-called black person, we are, as long as we're in the infant state as a nation and as a people, we'll always be dependent upon the oppressor, waiting for the next president, waiting for the Democrat, waiting for the Republican. And then if that's what you do, I'm not dogging if you vote and stuff. But I'm saying we're waiting for somebody to save us. We're waiting for the next handout, waiting for the next stimulus, waiting for the next Tanner check. And if you get any of that, I'm not dogging you. I'm just saying we're in an infant state, right? We don't even, we are at the mercy of people that don't care too much about us. I should say it like that. We are at the mercy of folk that really don't care about us, right? So we got to do what they say. The taskmaster, working on 2 or 3 jobs and doing all this goofy stuff. because we don't know who we are, whose we are. We haven't activated the word, right? Abba Yah's kingdom is not uh, bound by the economy, bound by what they say on the news, right? That's the heathen worry about that, right? I'm not saying we're not gonna go through tough times, and Paul said whether we are base and bound or base or bound, but we don't. Everything ain't gonna be a base. Sometimes it's gonna be a bound. You're gonna be blessed to be a blessing. Some of you guys that's even in this chat is gonna be it's blessed to be a blessing. They're gonna really bless your people. That's the reason why the kingdom of darkness don't want the kingdom of the Most High Yah to come along and have certain wealth. But you know you're gonna do right by it. You're gonna bless the people, right? You ain't gonna compromise, right? You ain't gonna be, proud, lifted up. You're gonna bless the people. Now they don't like that, right? The gatekeepers gonna come see you and they're gonna be like, yo, man, the territorial spirit is gonna be like, yo, right? These funds and resources are supposed to be used for the demise and the pushing down of the people, pushing down of the people. But the Most High say, I come that you may have life and that more abundantly, not in the great by and by, so to say, but even right now, health. Beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in good health. What? Even as your soul prosper. So he give us wisdom keys. Okay. You got high blood pressure. Okay. He might make you an article about beets. Okay. Juicer. You need to get you a juicer. Juice these beets. Throw the greens in there as well. The juice or the beet greens. All right. Regulate your blood pressure or whatever. Right. The different things you got going on. He'll show us through his wisdom the different things to help us out. So we may prosper, be in good health, even as our soul prosper. He might give you a witty invention. And a lot of times you might say, and that just sounds too easy. Why everybody else ain't doing it? Because he didn't give it to everybody else. He gave it to you. He gave it to you, right? He didn't give it to nobody else. It sounds easy because he gave it to you. Freely receive, freely give. Now you got to cultivate it. Now you got to work on that. Don't let the day job burn you out. You spend 40 hours and then by the time you can't even work on what the Most High got you doing because you come home tired. Just how it be sometimes. And that's what it's designed to do. And then you retire and get a gold watch and go sit on the beach of Florida. Well, you got all these different elements and stuff and can't really enjoy it. Nah, that ain't why you can retire 35, 45, 55. Right? Some is retiring earlier than that. And it ain't really a retirement. But anyway, I'm getting off course. The Most High commanded us to do all these, to fear the Most High for our good always, that he might preserve us alive as it is this day. And it shall be our righteousness. We observe to do all these commandments before the Most High as he commanded us. So the enemy's job is to keep us away from obeying the will of the Most High Yah and connecting with the Most High Yah because he know his time is short and he know that it's over with. Because we already look how influential Israel is. Without the wealth, without the resources, the most sought after, coveted after music, whether it's Prince, Michael Jackson, Motown, Whitney Houston, no matter what, right? We get in the arena and we excel in that, but it's controlled, right? The music industry, right? What if we had our own music industry? Ain't no way in the world the March Madness team, all black school, right? And basketball ain't off race, but I'm saying a lot of us is real athletic. How come when there ain't 4 or 5 HBCUs in the tournament, right? We don't see a lot of HBCUs in the tournament because all the treasures is running to the Alabamas and Georgias, and there ain't nothing wrong with them teams. But I'm just saying we should have the pick of the litter at a lot of them schools. We barely see, man, one school might make it out every once in a while. Anyway, I digress. Eric Kingsley, shalom, shalom, blessings to you. Shalom, blessings to you. Blessings to you. Azaria ben Yehuda, blessings to you. Shalom. Shalom, blessings to you. Be just chewing the fat. And because my opening question was, why does everybody want to be Israel? Ninja Fire, shalom, blessings to you. Everybody wants to be Israel. And then when you say that you're Israel, they say it don't matter. Feel me? If it don't matter, then why everybody want to be it so bad? We don't ask those questions. If it don't matter, then why everybody want to be Israel then? Right? You got the predominantly Gentile church want to replace Israel, replacement theology, right? Change everything about the man, right? Like it's just crazy. But anyway, this is supposed to be a nice show. I said I said I was gonna be hey this show. Deuteronomy 8. All the commandments which I command thee this day, you shall observe and do them, that you may live and multiply and go in and possess the land which the most high swear unto your fathers. And we don't want that. He wants you to possess the land if you're on his team, own the banks, the 13 bloodlines and Carnegies and Rockefellers and all these old other folk. But he don't want you to be on the Most High's team and possess these different things, own the land, right? We talked about that yesterday. After slavery and the Reconstruction, a lot of folk had land, but they got scared off their land by burning crosses and Ku Klux Klan, and they come in your house whenever, day or night, take your watch and take your whatever. Oh, you're baking? Take it. You know what I mean? Like, well, not baking, but you know what I'm saying? Whatever you got in there, just take it. You know what I mean? And it's like, for real? Who you gonna tell? You can't tell the sheriff. The sheriff is one of the person with the hood on. Can't go to the judge. He funded the thing. So it was just a terror, man. It was just a terror. And we lived to tell about it. But it was a big migration from the South. And I'm not going into that. But a lot of people moving back to the South. I see a lot of people moving back to Atlanta and Texas and stuff like that. But it was a great migration from the South because it was like Chicago, Philly, Cleveland, all these, because of the racism. It was just so crazy, man. And folks was getting so they sold they land or left their land and just came up here to try to just get some, factory jobs and steel mill jobs and stuff like that. But now you ain't got no land to pass down, right? You done got punked out your land, not knowing, you know what I'm saying? Verse 2, and thou shalt remember all the way which the Most High led thee these 40 years in the wilderness to humble thee and to prove thee and to know what was in their heart, whether thou would keep his commandments and know. Because, Mizraim, sometimes you have a relapse in bondage. Sometimes you might have a relapse in bondage to the point where you go back to those different things, right? And the children of Israel was doing certain things with the Egyptian mindset, right? The mindset of bondage, right? And they was in the wilderness for 40 years, right? And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man do not live by bread only, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High Yah. He don't want us to know that. When they talk about famines and all of this different stuff, man shall not live by bread alone, but he will bring that manna. He'll make it happen for his people. Thy raiment wax not old upon thee, neither did thy foot swell for 40 years. In the desert? What? Are you kidding me? Praise Yah. Thy raiment wax not old, neither did thy foot swell for 40 years. Kept you. Be in good health. Thou shalt also consider thy heart, that as a man chasteneth his son, so the Most High chasteneth thee. Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Most High, to walk in his ways and to fear him. For the Most High will bring thee into a good land, a land of brooks, water, of fountains, and depths, and springs and valleys. The enemy don't want you to go, he don't want that. A land of wheat, barley, vines, figs, trees, pomegranate, a land of olive and honey. And I think, in my opinion, this is what happened when we couldn't move on. I always say this. This is what happened when we couldn't move on the other side of the tracks, right? We would go to school. We become butcher, baker, candlestick maker, dentists, actors, bus drivers, business owners, right? We had to stay on the other side of the track. We had to stay in our community. We couldn't go to the other side of the track. We wasn't segregation. It was separated, right? Y'all can come over here. So they went to school, they lived their life, and they had to stay on their side of the tracks. But what that did was that made the community strong, that made the dollar get passed around in that community, like I mentioned yesterday, more. Because usually, like now when we get our checks, it leaves our community a lot of time. Even from the time we go to CVS or Walmart or whatever, and we need these things. But I'm saying if it was not no black owned, quote unquote black owned businesses and stuff that it can go and the dollar would circulate, right? The doctor would take it to the grocery store. The grocery store would get on the bus, dude get on the bus, and the bus driver dude he'd take it and go to the theater. And all this was in our same community, so that dollar rotated around. And then the young people had multiple people to look up to, right? So you got got a lawyer over here, got Mr. Charlie the Butcher over here. We got a businessman, he own the whole theater. We got this business woman over here, she own the whole bus fleet. You got all these different representations, right? And it's not what they put in front of our kids today. These people that just sold out to the highest bidder. They ain't had that, right? They had a good representation, right? They don't even respect doctors, lawyers, and all that stuff now, right? It's just different. And I ain't dogging the kids. I'm just saying it's a different age. I'm gonna read a few more scriptures, then we're gonna read the chat and get out. A land wherein thou shalt eat bread without scarceness. Oh man, I'm gonna have to calm down on this one. Oh man. A land where thou shalt eat bread without scarceness? Abundance. Somebody type abundance in the chat. Thou shalt not lack anything in it. Oh, the Most High enemy do not want this to happen. A land whose stones are iron, right? That's iron ore, and whose hills mayest dig brass, right? In some translations, I say gold. But precious stones, precious metals. When thou hast eaten and art full, then thou shalt bless the Most High for the good land which he hath given thee. Beware, I'm about to bless you real good, Deuteronomy 8 and 11, that thou forget not the Most High, not keeping his commandments and his judgments and statutes, which I command thee this day. The nations around you are going to say, man, what's going on with all of this? Oh, I'm glad you asked me. Introducing the father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, my God, my Abba Yahuwah, right? Easy, right? That's it. Man, what y'all got going on? Feel me? All right. Least when thou hast eaten and art full, and hast goodly houses, and dwell therein, and when thy herd and thy flocks multiply, and thy silver and thy gold is multiplied, and all that thy hast has multiplied, thy heart be lifted up. Oh, here we go with the pride. And thou forget the Most High, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, Mizraim, from the house of bondage, who led thee through a great and terrible wilderness. Oh, it was terrible. Because the desert is terrible. Wherein were fiery serpents and scorpions and drought. The Most High kept doing the drought. And there was no water. Who brought thee forth water out of a rock of flint. Man. Who fed thee in the wilderness with manna, which thy fathers knew not, that he might humble thee, and that he might prove thee to do good in the latter end. And thou say in thy heart, my power and my power and the might of thy hand have got me this wealth. Ooh. That's what happens a lot of time. I did this. I stayed up and burnt the midnight oil and read these books. I took the classes. I passed the test. I took myself to school. This is my favorite one. Matter of fact, we're gonna read these last two right here. But thou shalt remember the Most High, for it is he that giveth thee the power to get wealth. That why? Because you good? No. That he may establish his covenant, which he sware unto thy fathers as it is this day. He gives you the power, the dunamis. He gives you the power, the ability to get wealth. So it's not you. Because if you're not clothed in your right mind, guess what? You can't read the book. You can't take the test. Okay, how bad you think you is? It's folk that's in a insane asylum right now, praying for them, that cannot go and enroll in school and take no tests and go to no classes and do no nothing because they're not clothed in their right mind. So it is the Most High that clothe you and put you in your right mind to have the power to get wealth. Man, y'all better chill out. And it shall be, if thou do forget the Most High and walk after other gods and serve them and worship them, I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish. As the nations which the Lord destroyed before your face, so shall ye perish, because you would not be obedient to the voice of the Most High Yah. Praise Yahushua. Pride. I missed it. He said pride. Yeah, man. It's a lot of different things that can trip us up. Natalie focused on Yah. Shalom. Shalom. Dale J, that's right. Abundance. Abundance. Excuse me. Dang, I'm burping all on here. Just it's crazy with it. All right, Tinsley. Blessings to all of y'all. Natalie, focus y'all blessings. Man, every time I read it, man. Now, I know some people are gonna be hung up because it's the Old Testament. Tinsley, don't be like that, man. Don't be like that. But we just praise the Most High Yah for everything that He's done, everything that He's doing. We just thank the Most High Yah. We thank the Most High Yah. The enemy does not want us clothed and in our right mind. The enemy want us to make ourselves gods or worship other gods, right? We sell our soul to the highest bidder. We're very influential. The gifts and callings are without repentance. So he didn't take the gifts, right? You still got that gifts, whether it's I'm messing with you, bro. So he don't take the gifts and talents from us, the influence, right? The influence crazy. What you got on? You got on purple Jordans? Yeah. They look cool, man. I think I'm gonna wear purple Jordans. What you do? What else you doing? What else you saying? What word? Oh, bling bling. Oh, I think I'm gonna take that word. Anything you do or say, Israel, you already know. You already know. So if it don't matter and we don't matter, they want to embrace the culture, but going over there. Bring me your culture, bring me your cultural thing, but you going on over there. Right. And I know people be like, some people are gonna be mad at this message, but I'm just saying I'm from what I see. But I think it's real interesting how we have the talent and then they lord over us and they get paid. We might get paid a little something, but we might get caught up in all these contracts and stuff. And all these musicians, they don't even own their own music. Like, how somebody else owning something that came out of my head, right? Something that came out of my mind that I made up, but you own it. And I own a percentage of what I created. And I can't go nowhere else because I'm on contract. Crazy, man. Time out for that. It's about autonomy, and it's about autonomy from the wicked one, but it's also about Christine don't want to do that. Autonomy from the wicked one, but it's also about interdependence. That's what I had got. We're in a season of interdependence where we work together, we work with one another. Interdependence. No big eyes, no little U's. Everybody got something to bring to the table. Ain't no success story overnight. Ain't nobody look, man, I got here about it. No, you didn't. I went back to school and just no. Somebody helped you, right? Big mama watched them kids, or the babysitter gave you a discount. Everybody helped out in some way. No man pull himself up by that bootstrap. That's why that understanding of it, pull yourself up by your bootstrap. Like, really? And the welfare king and welfare queen looking for handouts. Really? You owe us. But that's okay. Deuteronomy 28:68 says, no man shall buy you. Because y'all like to worship. Judah means praise and worship. Y'all worship in a minute. So if I let them hook you up without letting you know that it's me, you'll start worshiping the system. more. You'll start worshiping everything. You because just what you do, you're a worshiper. You'll start worshiping stuff. And you're supposed to lead people to me. See, because you point to me and worship me, you're influential. So everybody else gonna worship me because they do what you do. If they see you worshiping me, they gonna worship me. Devil don't want that. So I gotta have you worshiping a whole bunch of other stuff other than the Most High Yah, right? I don't want you to worship the Most High Yah because y'all too powerful and too influential in the planet. Nation builders. Everywhere we go, we build nations, right? For real. But anyway, man, this was good. I'm feeling good, man. Y'all got me hype. Thank y'all for joining, coming in. Okay, let me put my glasses back on. The village mentality. Yeah. Y'all gets all of it. And it's it's beyond but it got to get back to that. Right? We got to get back to that. We have to get back to that. There's no way. You know what I mean? The stuff I'm working on right now, I couldn't do it without my brothers. Right? They like helping me out. And they're in a different arena, right? One guy's in comedy, another guy's in security and surveillance and stuff, and I'm doing the growing and the teaching of growing, the grow culture. But they help me out. We help each other out, right? And so anyway, James Smith, shalom. Yes, hit the like button, family. Hit the like button. Oh, I'm gonna do that because somebody on here might be Jamaican. Then they're gonna be like I'm making fun of them. I was just I don't know where that came from, so I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway, Elephant Man Podcast Network, grown man conversations dealing with elephants in the room. We ain't even see woke. We ain't even see woke, baby. Let's read the scripture today real quick and get out of here. Lamentations 2:24. Abba Yahuwah is my portion, saith my soul. Therefore I will hope in him. Perfect.